Oh hey folks, how's it going? Welcome to, I guess, another quick review. It's that time again, is it? God. Anyway guys, so I actually managed to survive in the world of Dead Island Riptide on the PlayStation 3. I've got to say guys, I really enjoyed this game. This is the back, see that? So yeah, Dead Island Riptide guys, I went into this expecting to really enjoy it, considering I really enjoyed the first game. And it didn't disappoint me guys, not at all. I mean, how could I not like this kind of game, guys? You know, it's a big open island full of exploration and undead monsters to kill. In my opinion, that's an idea of a really good game. I just want to say straight off the bat, guys, if you didn't like the first Dead Island, you're probably not going to like this one either. Because, you know, it is more or less the same kind of game, you know, big open world, tons of monsters and undead to kill. Some people say it's repetitive, which I understand. But for me, I really enjoy it. You know, I think it's a really enjoyable experience. You know, but it does suffer the same faults as the first game. So I'm going to quickly mention the main problem with this game, and it was the same as the first game as well. It does suffer from a lot of slowdown and lag at certain points of the game. You know, in fact, most of the game feels quite laggy. You know, I mean, at the beginning of the game it felt really weird, but I felt like as the game went on it started to get smoother and smoother. I don't know whether I was maybe just getting used to the game. But yeah, that is one of the main problems with the game. You know, if you didn't like the way the first game felt, because it felt a bit sluggish and at times, you're probably not going to like this game either for that reason, because it does suffer the same problem. Which does take a bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, you know, you hardly even notice it's there. So that was my main fault with the game. But apart from that, like I say guys, apart from that, it's a really enjoyable experience still. If you played the first game as well, you'll know the main characters. Basically, those 4 characters make a return in this game, so you can play as them. And as well as a new character who is this guy here. He's called Jack. He's an Aussie. He's an Australian guy. So when I first started the game guys, it actually took me a little while to, you know, decide what character to play as. I was actually going to choose Jack because, you know, he's a new character. I thought it could be quite interesting. And it looked good on the character selection screen as well because she had like these claws. Kind of like Wolverine. But I ended up choosing another character and I got those claws in the game anyway. So you can just find those claws lying around the island, or you can buy them from a weapon dealer. You know, so it's not like an item specific for that character, which I thought it might have been. But that wasn't the case. So in the end I chose one of the female characters, who was Xan, or Zion, spelled X-I-A-N. So I'm not really good at pronouncing like Chinese names. But basically it's a Chinese girl, quite cute, and quite a good character. And I actually liked her skills. I thought it could be quite good. Because she's actually really good with blades. Because like machetes and swords in this game, they're actually quite overpowered on their own. But when you add some more like damage onto that, when you play as Zion, bloody, you know, you really do feel like a bloody machine, you know, with the swords. It's a pity it takes quite a while into the game until you actually get a sword, but I think you get a machete quite early on. So yeah guys, I'm going to talk about some more little things about the game that I really liked. You know, I'm going to say these things are new and stuff. And just don't take my word for it guys, you know, I've not played the first Dead Island in quite a while. So yeah, I'm kind of forgotten quite a lot of the first Dead Island, you know, like kind of features and that I had. So if I say something's new, it might not necessarily be new. But if anyone's played both games, you can correct me on that. But in the modding's back, the first game had modding, which I think is really cool. Basically what you do is you find blueprints scattered throughout the whole island. Basically like a folded up sheet of paper. So definitely pick up those because they're really good. These mods, in my opinion, are a lot of fun to use. They range from like electric shocks, you can set a weapon on fire, you can basically coat a weapon with venom so you can poison enemies. I mean, for instance guys, if you've got a machete, you can put like an electric pack thing on it, and basically that, as soon as you hit an enemy you can basically electrocute them, you know. Which is just a hell of a lot of fun guys. I do love modding my weapons. They're really cool stuff, you know. It takes a bit of getting used to the game, you know, getting into the game, because you start off really weak, you don't have a gun, you're basically limited to like knives and, I don't know, wooden oars and just basically like, I don't know, poles, anything you can basically pick up. But as the game progresses you get more and more money, you get guns, you get mods, so you basically start from really weak to an absolute beast as the game goes on. I think one of the main issues that people have with this game is the fact that it does start off quite difficult, you know, because you don't have guns and that, so you're quite underpowered, you die quite quickly because you have hardly any health, you know, so a lot of people probably just give up, say, the game's too hard, and just put it aside. But you know, once you just give it some time, once you get into it, you know, it will start getting easier. You know, as you progress in the game, as you progress, your character progresses, you get more health and stuff. You know, the game does get easier. I mean, you will die a lot in this game. You know, there's no denying that. No matter what stage of the game you're at, you will die quite a lot. You know, and it can be a bit frustrating because you do lose money every time you die. And again, it's another thing that people might get put off with at the beginning of the game, because they'll have hardly any money as it is, and when you die you lose money. But I'll tell you what it is quite lenient with, and that is checkpoints. So if you die, you lose money, of course. But you will basically get respawned like really close to where you died, basically. So the checkpoints are really lenient. It's not like you die and you've got to go miles and miles away from where you were. You know, you have to drive all the way back again. That's not the case. So in my opinion, that's really cool. Adds some leniency to the game, which can be needed, you know, because like I say, it is quite difficult, you know. I mean, the early stages in the game, you know, when you first run into a thug, you know, the big guys that go, well, maybe not quite that bad, but you know, the really big guys, they do take a lot of hits. They're quite deadly as well. They do a lot of damage. I mean, they are really bloody tough, you know. I would suggest basically avoiding them until you get a weapon, because they are bloody deadly, I tell you guys. Take tons of hits to kill, and they're so deadly, you know. Like 2 hits, they can pound you to the ground, you know. Bloody deadly. Another new thing with this game, and I'm hoping it's a new feature, because I don't remember it in the last game, is basically, I'm not sure whether it's called Rage or Fury, but it's just like the Rage meter. And once you build it up, you can basically unleash the beast within you, and you basically become invincible for, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds. You know, so it doesn't last too long unless you get some combos in, because every enemy you kill adds some extra time to your, basically your rage mode. And I don't think I actually tried it, but that would probably work well against a thug. You know, so I'd definitely save it for that. You know, like I said, I've never tried it, but I'm guessing that would be quite good. So that's definitely a good feature, guys. I really like that in the game, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the first game. If so, I'm really sorry. And I think the last thing I want to talk about, guys, is the kind of missions that I really hate. And that is defend missions. You know, you've got to defend a certain object or certain people. Absolutely hate that in games. This game has that, but they're a hell of a lot of fun, I ain't gonna lie. So as you progress in the game, you get to like certain like areas and that. Sometimes you'll actually have to defend your area before you can progress in the story, which is just absolutely fantastic. You know, you're in this area with all your friends and stuff, and then what happens is basically about 50 or so zombies come in. You know, it's like wave after wave of zombies. You know, I mean, your friends are helping you out, which is just absolutely fantastic. You know, there's chaos everywhere, there's flames everywhere, there's, you know, it's just a flipping massacre. And you know, it's really bloody enjoyable. I think that happens like 4 or 5 times in the game. You've got to defend an area. It's just a hell of a lot of fun, guys. You know, like I said, I don't really like defend missions and that, where you're like stuck in one area and you've got to defend things. But those are really fun, you know. And if one of your characters, one of your partners die, that's basically game over. You've got to like do it all over again. So that's what I mean by defend missions. But they help you out. They fight as well. So that's really good. And for me, that's probably one of the highlights of the game. Defending the area from the zombie attacks. It's just a hell of a lot of fun, guys. You know. So I think that's it, guys. It's maybe not been as quick a review as I would have liked, but anyway, we'll go with it. Dead Island Riptide. What a really good game, guys. And you know, there's not many games that I can sit and play for like 3 or 4 hours at a time, because I started to get bored. I lose interest in games quite easily. But I was sitting playing this for like 3 or 4 hours per session. So not many games do that, so that in my opinion is a sign of a really good game. I've not felt like that since Dragon Age 2. You know, I could sit and play that for ages as well. So anyway guys, that is it. That is the quick review, guys. If you've played Dead Island Riptide, let me know. If you've played the first game, let me know if you liked it or not. So anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See you guys, thanks for watching. I swear to God I've seen a zombie in here before. Everywhere, I tell you. Defend yourself.